Well guys, like I said a minute ago, if you're not careful, you'll break this stud off, which is what I managed to do. And I don't think the fucking microphone is on. On this episode of Daws Custom, we're going to show you how to install door gaskets in the 1985 Chevy square body that we picked up from LMC Truck. And we're going to make this truck ride like a Cadillac. Alright guys, so we're going to show you how to install the left side door. I have already did the right side door, so we won't have to do that. But I'm just going to show you how to tear it down, take all the gaskets out and replace them, put it all back together. Then once we do that, we're going to move on to our interior, but it won't be on this episode. That will be our next episode. And I'll show you how to reinstall the door panels, which I'm going to have new. Also got those from LMC Truck. So if you want to see how to do that, check out our next video. But right now, we're going to start with the door. First thing you'll need to do is take the door handle off. And there's a little clip, a snap ring that you just have to pull off. And then your door handle will come off. And that's the only thing you'll have to take off. You won't have to take your latch or anything off. But we're going to take out the wing window next. First thing you're going to have to do is take these Phillips screws out. But luckily mine only has one, so I'm going to have to take one out. But you guys, if you have all your stuff, you'll have to take 3 of them out. So on this mirror, I'll have to take this loose. There's a Torx bit on the bottom of here, or a Torx screw on the bottom of this. I'll have to take off because there's a bolt underneath the mirror that releases the wing window. So you have to take that out so you can get the wing window out. So we're going to go ahead and take this Torx screw out. Don't lose this because your mirror will flop just like my other side. You should be able to just pull this straight up. Just like that. And there's a bolt right here where that ladybug is sitting. Right there, you take that bolt off. And I think there's 2 more bolts on the inside here. And your wing window should just pop right out. I'm just going to leave these bolts sit here for when I put it back together. Now I'll have to go to the inside and take the inside one out. And then the other bolts are going to be 7/16. If you don't hold on to that, that will fall off. Okay, put this over here with that. I believe this is the only other bolt that holds the wing window in. I think. Maybe not. I can't remember. I've already had this window out one time because I broke it. That's another story. Just be careful to take it out so you don't scratch your window up like I just probably did. This is your window felt. That's been in there since 1985. Don't need that anymore. Now this is a pain in the butt to take out. So the best way to do this is just get you an old junky flathead screwdriver and just start breaking it out because it's the only way you can get it out. So we're going to do that. So I went ahead and pulled the track out that runs down this way on the back side of the window, just so I could break this stuff out easier, because as it further goes down in there, you can't get to it. So, but there's a bolt right here you take out, and then there's a bolt right here on the door, and then it pops out. Pull it out the door, and it'll only go back one way. So I'm gonna go ahead and break all this out and be ready to put back in. All right, so I got the window track put back in. Now we can put the window felt back in there. So it'll go straight down, just shove it down in there. Then it'll come up and around, and then it'll be flush up here with the wing window. That will seal the top. Then there's a window felt that goes here. And then the other window felt on this side is made on to the new door panel. So we won't have to put one on this side. But next thing we're probably going to do is start taking this thing apart. It's not hard to do, but it will have to come apart to be able to put the rubber back in. So we're going to move over here to the bench and start taking this thing apart. Alright, so we're going to let that sit and soak in WD-40 for a minute, because there's a bolt on there, and if I break it off, I'm going to have a big problem. So we're going to try to let that loosen up first. So we're going to go ahead and put the window felt in and this piece. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, and then we'll get back over there to that. Alright, so this piece right here will actually go in the corner of the wing window, and this will go down that track of the wing window. So this portion will go back here like this. So we're just going to start feeding it in to the window track. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to take that piece back out. We're going to put it in that track before we put the track in there. And that way we'll have it in there nice where it's supposed to be. Try this again. If we can just figure out how to get it back in here. Whatever you want to call it. There's a little snap area this has to go in, maybe. Yeah, just shut the door, my man. Now this will just kind of dangle here until we get the wing window, and it'll sit right there somewhat. Okay, be good enough for who it's for. Now I got a piece of window felt somewhere. This window felt just snaps in. Pretty simple. It's supposed to be pretty simple. Okay, that's in there. Now we're going to take the old door gasket out. Screws out. Oh, look at all the pennies. need to do some vacuuming real quick. Alrighty, that is the door jamb gasket done. So now all we have to do is rebuild the wing window and it'll be ready to put back together. So we're gonna move over here to the bench now and start doing that. Alright, first thing we gotta do, we gotta take this apart. That holds your wing window together. There's a rivet right here that we gotta, think we gotta maybe take that out. I can't really remember. I just gotta be really careful with this because you don't want to break this off. Yeah, so now we're gonna have to cut this rivet right here so we can get this completely out. Now get a little punch. No good. And then bam, your wing window is out. So you just want to make sure you clean this up real good before you put it back together so it doesn't break off in the future if you have to take it apart for some reason. Okay, now we're going to take the wing window apart. So we're going to have to break all the rubber and stuff out of here again, so I'm going to just skip forward to that. But there's another piece right here that goes in, and then this piece, that is your two-piece window rubber, or wing window rubber. And we're going to go ahead and start pulling this apart, and then we'll show you guys how to put it back together. Alright guys, what I did was I just pulled this rubber piece out of here. It's now trash. So there's little pieces of metal that comes through here and folds over. You just have to fold them over, just like I was doing. And when they fold over, this piece of rubber down here will just fall out. So we're gonna keep doing that. But I mean, it's really simple. All you gotta do, get you some kind of punch, tap it a little bit, straighten them up, and it'll come right out. Pretty simple to do. Well, maybe. Just see how I'm doing on this, and take your punch and run down through here, and it will pull that piece out of there. If you have your vise tight enough, you don't want to smash your frame, so just be careful. This thing's glued in there, that's why it's taking some time to get it up. Just like that, pops out. The new one's ready to go in, but we got to take this out. So pretty much how you got to do that, you just pull the rubber down out of the groove. And I'll tell you this right now, this rubber will not go back in that easy. It takes some time, and you're going to need a lot of soap. So we're going to fast forward to that real quick. We'll have a finished wing window here for you. Almost forgot here real quick, I'm going to show you this. So on this wing window, it's two pieces. This is one piece, and this is the other piece. There's rivets right here, 1, 2, and then 3 right up there. All we got to do is cut those rivets, and this piece will come apart. You got to take those apart to be able to put this rubber back in here, right here, because it's such a tight fit. And then when you rivet it back together, it will hold the rubber together, this piece right here and this piece. So you will need to cut those rivets to be able to put those rubbers in properly. So we're gonna zoom forward real quick on that. All right, now we got it tore down to the bare frames. Now we're just gonna start putting the gasket back in it. The best way that I found to do it is take a bunch of soap, put soap all over the rubber, and then you gotta fish it in the groove. This one is the hardest one to do. That's gonna be your most difficult one, but the best way I found to do it was put a bunch of soap on it, then take a rubber mallet and just hit it in there, and it goes in. So that's how I did my other one, and that's how I'm going to do this one. So we'll let you guys watch that now. Well guys, like I said a minute ago, if you're not careful, you'll break this stud off, which is what I managed to do. Which is no big deal. I'm just gonna have to tack weld it back on. And but now I'm gonna have to get another rivet because I had to cut my rivet back out because I had already put it in there. But we're gonna continue next with it after I get the rivet.
1 week later.
What's up, YouTube? Alright, well, let's try this again. Alright guys, so we got our other wing window that's not broken. So what ended up happening was there's a nut on the bottom of here, and I was trying to loosen it back up because it was too tight, and it broke this stud off, which is I guess welded on to this piece. But I was looking at my wing window today, and it's not in the greatest shape. But it's the only one we have, so we're going to go ahead and fix this thing today. I went to LMC and had to order more rivets because I had to cut the other ones out once I had put them already in. So we're going to go ahead and start tearing this one apart and get it into our other wing window, and so we can get this thing back in there and get this truck done. So let's get started on that. Well, it's just been an absolutely brutal day. So make sure you always look at your stuff before you purchase it, use stuff. So my wing window, The other one, once I took it apart, the piece of metal trim that goes around the wing window that holds the actual glass in it, it's got a little seal around through here. Well, it was broke and the whole piece of glass was coming out, and I wasn't going to try to seal it back in there. But I did have to take this one out, but it did go back in there fairly well. So we're going to go ahead and slap this one back in the wing window that we have ready to go. So it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully I don't mess the rivet up again. And we should be able to slap it back in the truck and have this thing done here in a few minutes, hopefully. Just a little bitty rivet like that. Can't buy at your local parts store. Well, you might be able to, but I didn't. The bad thing is this is really a two-man job, and I'm only one man, so we're going to try to not mess this up again. That was the problem, my rivet. When I punched my rivet, I didn't get it quite right, and it was messed up, but luckily, well, unfortunately, I had to take it apart anyway. Bingo. Just put that anywhere, my man. Alright, well, you can see we got our wing window mocked up in the vise. So they send with you a punch. This punch is to put the rivets in. I have to use a special rivet for this, but the other ones, I just use a regular pop rivet. I mean, it's a pain in the butt to try to do it by yourself. So if you don't have any help, I would definitely put pop rivets in there. That's what I do. But you have to punch this rivet actually with a hammer. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Alrighty, I think that'll work. Let's go. I mean, not the greatest, but it will do. So see the rivets flat on top, and then I don't know how well you can see this, but it smashes it and rounds it over and then mushrooms it on the bottom. And that way it holds it in there. It works pretty good, but we don't have any tension on it right now because we don't have a spring on. That's what I broke last time. So you got your two washers. I don't think it matters which one goes on first. But one of them is slotted, so it won't spin once you get it on there, but the other one will. I don't think it matters which way they go, but in the spring / keeper thing, keep the nut from backing off. We're not going to tighten this a whole lot. Find my WD-40 with spray it over everything. Not going to tighten that a whole lot because I don't want to break it. But you don't have to tighten it very much, but just snug. Then just bend the ears down. And huzzah! The wing window is back together. Alright, let's get this wing window in here and get this thing done. this stuff here. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Daws Custom. Check us out next time when we install door panels and carpet into the shop truck and get this thing finished up other than the dash pad and some other stuff. Check out all of our other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, keep on hot rodding. See you guys next time. Shop truck and get this thing finished up other than the door As always, keep on hot rodding. See you guys next time. Turn it off over here.